Westmore Observatory, calling dirigible Chandro. Westmore Observatory, calling dirigible Chandro.
Not scared, are you, buddy?
Well, I guess I was a little scared before you got above that blizzard.
Keep a secret?
Yes, sir.
So was I.
Well, I'm still scared. What for? We're up so high we can hardly breathe, and we're about to run out of oxygen.
Westmore Observatory, calling dirigible Chandro.
Flying too low now. Think on any more ice and snow?
Calling dirigible Chandro. Westmore Observatory, calling dirigible Chandro.
Good, they finally found us. Great, and take the controls. Dirigible Chandro answering. Go ahead, Westmore.
I've contacted Miss Buck's voice.
Hello, Chandro. Is that Lieutenant Rogers speaking?
Buck Rogers to you, Professor.
Hello, Dad. We're having a swell time.
Are you all right, Buck? Where are you?
Okay so far, sir. Still riding above the blizzard.
What's your exact position?
Can't say. Within about 300 miles, sir, on account of drift. Holding about 40,000 feet elevation. Have to stay here until we ride out the storm area. Think we can do it. Breathing is getting hard. Running low on oxygen, sir.
I'm going to drop down a couple of thousand feet. I've got to have air.
Throw out ballast. We're losing altitude.
We're going down where we can breathe.
Are you fool? We're loading down with ice. Maybe too late now to lift this weight.
No, Professor. We've dropped down into the storm. Buck's trying to climb out, but he can't make it.
What are you going to do?
Bail up before we crash.
Stop him, Mitchell. He'll freeze to death before he lands.
It's better than dying in here like rats.
Do you think there's any chance for them, Professor?
I'm afraid they're likely to crash, but there is one chance. Hello, buddy. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Then listen carefully. Do you remember that tank of Navano gas I put aboard just before you took off?
Yes, sir, I do.
If you're forced down, will you promise me to turn the lever on that tank as far to the right as you can, buddy?
Yes, sir, I will.
No, I don't get it. What is Navano gas?
It's a recent discovery of the professor's. A gas that induces suspended animation.
Suspended animation? Well, that's a lot of hokum, isn't it? Like perpetual motion and...
Show it.
You see that dog? He's been in there nearly 3 months.
What's strange about that? He's dead, isn't he?
He's neither dead nor alive for the time being.
What do you expect the dog to do? Come to life?
Here, feel of his heart.
Why, it's starting to beat.
I put a tank of that gas aboard the Chandro as a precautionary measure. If they were forced down in some inaccessible spot, I hoped it would sustain their lives until relief ships could rescue them.
Professor!
What is it, buddy?
Buck says we're gonna crash. Goodbye, Dad.
Ask Buck for his approximate latitude and longitude.
Buck, Professor Morgan wants to know your approximate latitude.
What's happened? Hello, Chandro.
Hurt bad, buddy?
Oh, not much.
Hello? Hello? Chandro just crashed.
Give me your latitude and longitude, and turn on the Navano gas.
Gas is turned on, sir. Latitude? Latitude about 70 north, sir. Longitude? Longitude?
You were right, Lacey. It's the remains of some ancient type of spaceship.
Wonder why we never saw it before. I've flown over this place 100 times.
It's probably covered with ice most of the year. Let's take a closer look. We'll use our disintegrator pistols.
Smells like some sort of gas.
Certainly is an antique. They're in a perfect state of preservation. Must have been frozen since the ship crashed. Well, that's strange. Body's almost natural temperature.
Let's get them out of here. This gas is making me drowsy.
Well, take hold of his feet. Why, he's alive.
Sure I'm alive. What's wrong with you?
It's a funny-looking uniform.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy, step out of it. He's all right. Professor Morgan's gas sure did the trick. How long have you been looking for us?
Why, we weren't looking for you.
Well, that doesn't make any difference. You found us anyway.
I think we'd better take him to Professor Huer. Our patrol ship is beyond that point of rocks.
Now, wait a minute.
March.
I don't get it. This ship's at least 100 years ahead of anything I ever saw.
I wonder how fast we're going.
About 1,000 miles an hour at least. Polar Patrol, calling Operations Office. Polar Patrol, calling Operations Office. Operations Office. Go ahead, Polar Patrol. Golly, they sure dialed in quick. Put this call through to Scientist General Huer. It is urgent. One moment. Go ahead.
Captain Rankin speaking. We're approaching the city with 2 prisoners, found in a dirigible.
A dirigible? That's impossible. Such ships haven't been used since the 20th century.
20th century? What does he mean?
I don't know.
Ship was frozen on the tip of Bering Glacier. Prisoners were in a state of suspended animation when we found them.
Bring them directly to me when you land. That is all.
Buck, we're gonna crack up.
No, look, buddy.
Scientist General suspects her.
You're to come directly to his headquarters.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Come along, men. Come on.
Professor, you're...
So what kind of an elevator is that, anyway?
By radioactivity, it breaks down the atoms of the body to their component parts, and reversing polarity reassembles them wherever desired.
Take my place, Lieutenant Deering. Follow our spaceship through the televi. How did you come to be in that dirigible?
I was in command. We'd taken off from New York and were making a transpolar flight around the world when...
What year was that?
1938.
1938? Impossible. Let me verify that. (1938). There was such an expedition. Your name, please.
Buck Rogers. Lieutenant Rogers officially.
And yours, my boy?
My name is George Wade, but I'm usually called Buddy.
Nirvana gas. That explains it then. Rankin, we are witnesses to a scientific miracle. By means of a gas discovered by Professor Morgan, these two people have remained in a state of suspended animation for 500 years.
500 years?
That makes me old enough to be my own great-grandfather.
But, Professor Huer, that's impossible, sir.
Dr. Huer, Killer Kane has captured another of our pilots.
You may save yourself considerable discomfort by telling me where to find the entrance to the hidden city.
I do not remember.
I think I know a way to make you remember. Look into that instrument. Look into it. Those men were once pilots of Dr. Huer's ships. Now they are living robots. Men robbed of all willpower while they wear the helmets I had designed for them. Shall I have you measured for a robot's helmet? Or will you tell me where the entrance to the hidden city is?
I do not remember.
Take him away.
I don't understand, sir. Who is this man called Killer Kane?
He is the result of the stupidity of the men of your century. You failed to stamp out lawlessness, and in the end, the criminal became stronger than the law. Racketeers, you call them. Today, they rule the world as cruelly as they ruled their gangs in your day.
Well, isn't there any chance of help from an outside source?
Only from men on some other planet.
Another planet? Well, that doesn't sound very hopeful.
It could be, but our spaceships seem unable to slip through Kane's air blockade. We've lost 5 thus far trying it.
You mean you actually have ships that can travel from planet to planet?
Of course.
If you have ships that can travel that far, you know, I think I know a way of running that blockade.
Well, if you have any plans, I'm ready to listen to them. But to me, it seems much hopeless.
Am I right, Marshal Cragg, in assuming that you can operate a plane from the ground at such a distance, mind you, by means of radio?
That's correct, Rogers.
Well, then, sir, why don't you send up such a ship as a decoy? While Kane's patrol is following it, I can slip through in a spaceship and get help from Saturn.
We've already lost too many ships and crews. We can't afford to try it.
It seems to me you can't afford not to try it, sir.
Rogers is right, Marshal. Unless we get help from Saturn, our cause is lost.
Very well, sir. You're in charge.
Thank you very much.
Lieutenant Deering, you will go with Rogers to establish a means of communication with Saturn, if you do get through to that planet.
Look, another one of their spaceships.
Patrol ship 7-4 calling 60,000-foot patrol.
Shall I lay our course directly for Saturn now, Buck?
May as well.
Hey, Buck, look.
They fell for it, all right.
How can they fly that spaceship with no one in it?
We can direct all the aircraft from the control room until they reach the outer atmosphere.
Don't think we'll run into any more trouble. Why don't you take a nap, Wilma? I'll take the controls.
Thanks very much.
Hey, Buck, what's that up ahead? Looks like a gray wall.
That's the outer atmosphere of Saturn, buddy. It's 10 times denser than the air around the Earth.
What was that?
I don't know.
Look, it's two of Killer Kane's ships coming up fast behind us.
Retard your speed to 1/2.
If we do, they'll get away from us.
Don't worry about that. They'll either have to slow down or go up in smoke.
Retarding rockets. If we enter that atmosphere at this rate of speed, the friction will bring us to a crisp. Look, they smashed some rockets. I can't fire them. Help me open the release valves in the oxygen tanks. If they explode, we'll be blown to atoms.
Buddy, take the controls.
The portholes are giving way, Buck.
That's no use. The heat has melted the valve heads. Move, buddy.
There's only one hope for us. Climb above this atmosphere back into outer space.
what's that up ahead? Looks like a gray wall.
That's the outer atmosphere of Saturn, buddy. It's 10 times denser than the air around the Earth.
Look, it's two of Killer Kane's ships coming up fast behind us.
Hard your speed to 1/2.
If we do, they'll get away from us.
Don't worry about that. They'll either have to slow down or go up in smoke.
Retarding rockets. If we enter that atmosphere at this rate of speed, the friction will burn us to a crisp. Look, they smashed the rockets. I can't fire them. Help me open the release valves in the oxygen tanks. If they explode, we'll be blown to atoms.
Buddy, take the controls.
The portholes are giving way, Black.
That's no use. The heat has melted the valve heads. Move, buddy.
Anti-gravity belts will have to bail out.
Buddy, open the airlock. It's no use. The heat's jammed the door. Stand back, Wilma. All right, bud, down you go. Get to the outside door.
Johnny, here, take the radio.
Go on.
A desolate-looking place.
Not a sign of life anywhere.
Spaceship Squadron 7-4, calling Earth, calling the leader. Spaceship Squadron 7-4, calling Earth, calling the leader. Spaceship Squadron 7-4, calling Earth, calling the leader.
This is the leader.
The Hidden City spaceship just blew up in the outer atmosphere of Saturn.
No survivors?
There couldn't be, sir.
How high off Saturn are you?
50,000 feet.
Follow the wreck down and be sure they're all dead.
Yes, sir. Stand by the retarding rockets. Signal the other ship that we're going down.
Yes, sir.
Us traveling around from Earth to Saturn's all right, if you're sure of a way home.
Well, we could at least talk to home. Will you set up that portable radio, buddy?
Yeah.
Lieutenant Deering calling the Scientist General of Earth. Lieutenant Deering calling the Scientist General of Earth.
Air Control Headquarters of the Hidden City. Go ahead, Lieutenant Deering.
Give me the Scientist General at once, please.
Wilma, this is Dr. Hewer. Are you safe, all of you?
So far, yes.
Our outer atmosphere patrol reported 2 of Killer Kane's spaceships took off after you.
They did and shot down our ship, but we got away without the gravity belts.
Well, if all of Saturn is like this, you can have it.
Right. Wreck's over that way.
Tell the men on the other ship to stand guard.
Perhaps the Saturnians have spaceships. If so, we'll try to bring a peace mission back to Earth with us.
A good idea. Now keep in touch with me. If you get into difficulties, we'll do anything in our power to bring you back.
Very good, Dr. Hewer. I'll sign off now.
Can't see how they got away from that wrecked ship. If they won't get away from this.
Wait. We'll take them alive and force the secret of the Hidden City from them.
Let's attack them from both sides. Circle around them.
Buck. I just saw one of Killer Kane's men go behind those rocks.
Are you sure?
Positive. They must have landed their ship and are following to capture us.
Maybe we can beat them at their own game. Follow me. Don't let them guess we know they're trailing us.
Black. Nice going, buddy. Done like a major. How many of you on the loose around here? How many?
There were 4 of us.
4, huh? Wilma. Wilma, keep them covered. Come on your feet. Come along, buddy. We've got a date for another surprise party.
Get up on your feet. Get him back around out of sight. Stop where you are.
Hand me that gun. Give it to me.
There's nothing else you can do, Wilma.
All right, man. Let's get them back to the spaceship.
Patton, check the rockets on the other ship.
Do not move, any of you. Drop your weapons. You are from the Earth, are you not?
Yes, we came here to make a treaty.
It would be useless to explain to me. I am only a soldier acting under orders. 2 of you stay and guard the ship. The other 2 bring the others after me. Bring the others in the next car. You have nothing to fear from the Zugs. They are a primitive race and quite harmless. Unless we instruct them to be otherwise. This way, please.
Straight ahead.
Here are the prisoners you ordered me to bring in, sir.
I am Aldar, director of the Council of the Wise. I have had you brought here to explain your presence on Saturn. You may speak.
We came here as envoys, seeking an alliance with you people of Saturn.
And why do you desire such an alliance?
To escape the tyranny of a man called Killer Kane, who's imposed his rule on all but a handful of us. A man who governs by brute force.
That's not true. The leader Kane is a just man. He rules with the consent of all save a few revolutionaries.
Revolutionaries?
Is it true that you are revolutionaries?
In a sense, I suppose we are. If it's revolutionary to protest against brutality.
I have had enough. Rebels or not, I say throw them all into prison. Saturn wants no contact with outside planets.
But in this age of science, we cannot hope to isolate ourselves from the rest of the universe. But we are dedicated to peace and have no patience with rebels.
Then why not form an alliance with our government and help us stamp out this rebellion?
The point is well made. We'll imprison the revolutionaries and treat with the envoys of the leader Kane.
Then I jump tail and run for the sliding panel.
But we can't escape the guards.
We'll have to try.
Throw the others in prison.
One wrong move from any of you, you'll need a new Council of the Wise.
Seize him!
Yes, I can cut off the power. Get my car. Get my private car.
What is it, Buck?
Somebody's cut the power.
There's no way out of here either. Say, Buck, I saw Tally use a force gun on Alaska. I don't suppose there's enough power to move this car.
I don't know. We'll soon find out.
Wilma, come over here.
It's gonna work, buddy. It was a good idea.
But how can we follow them with the power cut off?
This is my private car, and it has an auxiliary motor.
Spaceships are over there.
What about those awful Zug guards?
Take care of them with this gun. They may be inside. We'll take the ship with the door open. Stand where you are. I'll fire.
Buck, don't you? I don't think he understands you.
Buck, you've killed him.
No, it was only a demi-charge. Just knocked him out. Hurry, get back to the ship.
Take the controls, Buck. I'll fire the starting rockets.
Right. Dog down the door, buddy. See if all the portholes are closed.
Okay.
After them in the other ship.
We'll do better than that.
Could you take this ship up alone?
I don't have to take it up. This radio and the one on their ship are tuned sympathetically. By setting this radio, I can automatically control their course and force them to crack up.
Better increase your rocket pressure, Wilma. We're losing altitude.
But I'm using enough now to take us to 100,000 feet.
The climbing fin is jammed.
They're bringing us down from the other ship. That's a dual radio control. They'll crash us unless we can break their reception.
Get back. Over here, buddy.
Boy, was that a close call. Well, I'd be glad to get back to Earth.
That's right where you're going, buddy.
Wilma and Rogers must prevail on the Saturnians to lend them a spaceship to return to Earth.
That's no Saturnian craft, Doctor. It's one of Killer Kane's spaceships.
Impossible.
I know that type of ship too well to be mistaken. Have you tried to contact them on our wavelength?
As a matter of fact, I haven't.
Oh, we must do so at once. There's a spaceship at 274.6. Contact at once on our wavelength.
Yes, sir. Air Marshal calling spaceship on 274.6.
Gosh, Buck, I guess we'll be landing pretty soon, won't we?
That's right. Wish the radio was working so we could contact Dr. Hugh.
Well, that isn't necessary. I know the secret entrance to the hidden city. We'd better start using our retarding pressure.
Air Marshal calling spaceship on 274.6. I'm sorry, sir. There's no contact.
That proves it, Doctor. It is a Kane ship.
But I can't understand.
There's only one answer, Doctor. Wilma and Rogers must have betrayed the secret entrance to the city.
There's the signal to open the gates. What shall I do, sir?
Open them and stand by to close them at my command.
Yes, sir.
They got a signal.
They're in the lock now, sir.
Close the gates of them and put all the power of the dynamos behind them.
The gates are jammed!
spaceship at 274.6. Contact at once on our wavelength.
Yes, sir. Air Marshal calling spaceship on 274.6.
Gosh, Buck, I guess we'll be landing pretty soon, won't we?
That's right. Wish the radio was working so we could contact Dr. Hugh.
Well, that isn't necessary. I know the secret entrance to the hidden city. We'd better start using our retarding pressure.
Air Marshal calling spaceship on 274.6. I'm sorry, sir, there's no contact.
That proves it, Doctor. It is a Kane ship.
But I can't understand.
There's only one answer, Doctor. Boomer Rogers must have betrayed the secret entrance to the city.
There's the signal to open the gates. What shall I do, sir?
Open them and stand by to close them at my command.
Yes, sir.
They got our signal.
They're in the lock now, sir.
Close the gates, Hunk, and put all the power of the dynamos behind.
The gates are jammed!
Notify the airport not to drop the wrecked ship to the airdrome. Have it lowered with cranes. I want to examine it.
Yes, sir.
Buddy! Buddy! Get that gravity belt. We still have a chance. Quick! Quick, through that opening.
Well, they're getting out through the floor of the ship. You're under arrest.
Under arrest? I'm Lieutenant Deering of the Scientist General Staff.
I know who you are, but I have orders to arrest anyone who escapes alive from that ship. That sounds as if the ship was wrecked deliberately. Save your questions for the Air Marshal.
Buck, Wilma, how did you get here?
The Air Marshal ordered me to arrest anyone who escaped from the wrecked ship, sir.
You mean you were in that spaceship?
Yes, sir.
But it's one of Killer Kane's spaceships. That's why I ordered it destroyed.
It's the only way we could escape from Saturn, sir, after the men of that planet turned against us.
We'd better discuss this in my office. Report back to the officer of the day, Lieutenant. Come.
So the Saturnians proved hostile, did they?
Yes, sir. But they were tricked into it. You see, 2 of Kane's ships followed us to Saturn. They wrecked our ship, captured us, took us before the Saturnian consul. They pictured Kane as a just and kindly ruler here on Earth. Us as bloodthirsty revolutionists.
Revolutionists? We, a handful of honest citizens who are fighting to save the world from Kane and his super racketeers? Why, we
would do well, Dr. Huer, to hear the rest of Rogers' report.
You're right.
I gather our chances of getting help from Saturn are very slight.
The situation is worse than that, sir. The Saturnians may even join with Kane in his fight against him.
That is bad. Outnumbered as we are by Killer Kane's outlaws, our fight has been all but hopeless. But if Saturn joins with Kane against us, it means the end of law on Earth, the enslavement of our people.
Captain Lasker, you have told the Saturnian Council that your leader Kane was a just man, that he ruled the world with a kindly hand.
That is true, sir.
You have said that his rule is threatened by a group of revolutionaries, and that he needs our help to preserve peace and justice on the Earth.
That also is true, sir.
It is the duty of every honest government to aid in the suppression of anarchy wherever found. To that end, we have signed this promise of support. Prince Talon, you will visit the Earth with Captain Lasker. Verify his story. If it is true, you will present this treaty to the leader Kane for his signature. Saturn will abide by your decision.
How soon can your spaceship be ready to leave, Captain?
It is ready now, and I suggest we start at once. I thank you in our leader's name for your faith in us, for your promised help. Prince Talon, Lieutenant Patton. We're leaving for Earth immediately.
Did everything work out as you hoped?
I think our troubles with Dr. Hugh are about over.
Have you identified the ship, Huey?
Beyond question, it's a Killer Kane ship.
May I look, sir?
Oh, why, of course.
It's a sister ship to the one we came back from Saturn in, sir.
And that means that Killer Kane's men have probably completed their mission on Saturn.
If we only knew if they made the alliance with the Saturnians.
Well, haven't we got any spies working with the Killer Kane people?
Well, we've tried it. But every one of them have been captured and put into Kane's robot battalion.
Sir, what was done with the stuff taken from the wrecked spaceship?
Dr. Hewer has the instruments. The rest of the equipment was put in military storage.
Then you still have the uniforms taken from the crew's quarters?
Are you suggesting that we use those uniforms to get a spy into Killer Kane's camp?
Yes, sir. I'd like to volunteer for the detail.
Oh, you'd only be captured and spend the rest of your days in Kane's robot battalion.
I'm afraid that you're of more value to us in the air, Rogers.
But Marshal Cragg, if I can get the information concerning the Saturnian treaty, sir, may mean the success of our campaign.
He's right, Hewer. You haven't a chance in 1,000. But if you're willing to risk it, I can't afford to refuse the offer.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hello, Buck.
Hi, Bud.
Say, I just heard about you going to spy on Killer Kane.
Yeah?
Yeah. Gee, I never figured you were the kind of a guy that let a pal down.
I don't get you.
Well, I sort of figured that wherever you went, that I could go.
Now, listen, kid, you don't be like that. You know, I would take you if I could.
You would?
Sure I would.
Well, hold everything.
Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going?
Buddy Wade, how did you get in here?
Oh, I just came in. You see, I've got some very important things to talk over with you, sir.
Oh, I see.
Buck, I mean, Colonel Rogers wants me to go with him.
What on earth for?
Well, he's gonna need me. See, that's too big of a job for just one man. Why, if Buck ever gets into a jam over in Killer Kane's country, why, he's gonna need help.
Well, as you see, this is a very important matter, Master Wade. I'm sure that you could be of great assistance to Colonel Rogers, and I'm afraid I can't give you my consent. Wade! Where are you? Wade!
Honest Indian, Buck. That's just what the Air Marshal said. He said I could be of great assistance to you. You'll take me, won't you, Buck?
Yeah, there's a fast one in there somewhere. But if that's what the Air Marshal said, I suppose we have to obey orders, huh?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
It's all right, Rankin. Why, Colonel Rogers, you startled me in that uniform.
I'm glad we did. Hope we do as well in Killer Kane City. Ready to take off?
All set, sir.
Open the gates. Yes,
How long before we get to Killer Kane City?
About an hour. A little less than 1,000 miles from here.
When we get there, cut your speed and circle the palace. Buddy, now bail out.
Yes, sir.
Your city is a beautiful one, Leader Kane. Far more beautiful than I'd expected.
Thank you. Unfortunately, there are people on Earth who would give up all this and return to the old ways.
You mean the people of the hidden city?
Yes. Our rule of science will not be completed until they are put out of the way.
Which one of those buildings is Killer Kane's? That big one with the terraces. I'll circle it in a minute. Set your two gravity belts and prepare to bail out.
Righto.
So long, Rankin.
Good luck, Lieutenant.
Act natural.
Just a moment.
Yes, sir?
You know it's contrary to the leader's orders to land on these terraces. Show me your registration card.
Well, sir, we were in a hurry to get to him. We have important news.
Let me see your registration card. Why, your spies, John Keaton.
All right, not a sound out of you except an answer to my questions. Buddy, got an extra belt lace? Good. Tie up his feet. Are there any more of you on this terrace? Well, never mind that. Better kill Kane's rooms. Listen, I haven't any time to waste with you. I'll just give you 10 seconds to answer that.
It's the top floor of this building.
Buddy, grab his legs or we'll drag him out of sight.
I sent for you because my patience is about at an end. You have all read the treaty which our good friend Prince Talon has brought from our sister planet Saturn. It pleases me.
Buddy, get a gravity belt from the rack we just passed.
Are there any objections from the councilors? Then I submit it to you for your signatures.
No one will sign that treaty, Kane. I'll take it.
Guards! How did you get in here?
We were here when you and Prince Talon entered the room.
It's Buck Rogers.
Who is Buck Rogers?
He's the hidden city American who came to Saturn.
Talon, you're not going to sign this treaty until I've had a chance to show you just why this man is called Killer Kane.
Don't be a fool, Rogers. If you persist in this folly, my men will kill you.
Not until I've shown Prince Talon just what you do with your prisoners, Kane. Get to the televi. Go on, move. Prince Talon, you go with him. Buddy, keep these counselors covered. Get the dynamo room. I said the dynamo room, Kane. See for yourself, Prince Talon. Those steel caps they're wearing are amnesia helmets, an invention of Kane's scientists to rob men of their minds and their will.
But this is incredible.
Nevertheless, Talon, it's true. Now do you know why we are fighting this man?
Who is your leader? I shall be glad to treat with him.
That's a very handsome gesture, Prince Talon. But how do you and Rogers plan to leave my city? You will be arrested by my guards before you can leave the palace.
I've taken care of that, Kane. Buddy, toss me that gravity belt.
The gravity belt? I don't understand.
It's a device we use here on Earth. It's really an outgrowth of the old parachute. Put it on, Talon.
Oh, I see.
Buddy.
Out the window you go, you two.
Well, how about you, Buck?
Never mind about me.
Come on, over here, quick.
Get the cars, you fools! If they get away, I'll put every man of you in the robot battalion!
Now what, Buck?
Well, we're still a long way above the street level. With these gravity belts, we may be able to...
All troops, police patrols, and loyal citizens are ordered to be on the lookout for 3 fugitives. 2 of them are spies from the hidden city, disguised in the uniforms of Leader Kane's soldiers. The 3rd is the Saturnian, and they're in the vicinity of the leader's palace.
Very good, Captain. Repeat that on all wavelengths until the fugitives are captured.
Boy, we'll never get out of here now.
Cheer up, buddy. They haven't caught us yet.
2 of them are spies from the hidden city, disguised in the uniforms of Leader Kane's soldiers. The 3rd is the Saturnian, and they're in the vicinity of the leader's palace.
They're on the terrace.
Hey, Buck, look. Talon's been shot with some sort of a ray gun. Now what, Buck?
Well, we're still a long way above the street level. With these gravity belts, we may be able to...
Police patrols and loyal citizens are ordered to be on the lookout for 3 fugitives. 2 of them are spies from the hidden city, disguised in the uniforms of Leader Kane's soldiers. The 3rd is the Saturnian, and they're in the vicinity of the leader's palace.
Boy, we'll never get out of here now.
Cheer up, buddy. They haven't caught us yet.
All troops, police patrols, and loyal citizens are ordered to be on the lookout for 3 fugitives.
They're on the terrace.
uniforms of Leader Kane's soldiers. The third is the Saturnian, and they're in the vicinity of the leader's palace.
Hey, Buff, look. Talon's been shot with some sort of a ray gun.
This paralyzed array will hold them. Radio headquarters and say we have them trapped.
Hey, Buck. Buck, wake up. Hey, Buck, can you hear me?
Golly, a little bit more of that paralyzed old Ray and we'd have been done for. Give me a hand with Talon.
Get that light working. Search every corner of the terrace.
Hey, Buck, how are we gonna get out of here?
Use our gravity belts and go over the parapet.
Well, how about Prince Talon? He's still out.
I'll set his belt and we'll take him down between us.
You two men come with me. We'll have to spread out and search every corner of the terrace.
Yeah, I hope Talon isn't hurt very much, Buck.
I don't think so, buddy. It'll take a little while to wear off, though.
Hey, look out, Buck, behind you.
That light spots us, we're sunk. Quick, buddy, in there.
Hey, Buck, it's a patrol. They're searching all the doorways.
You stay here and watch Talon.
Oh, but Buck.
Buddy, you do as I say.
Halt! You're under arrest.
But, sir, we're...
Never mind that. Let me see your registration card. I'm sorry. I forgot for the moment that only two of the fugitives are wearing our uniforms. The other one's a Saturnian. Your card?
Thank you, sir. I guess we're all a little on edge to find them.
Yes. You're wasting your time searching around here. My men are patrolling this area.
Well, I'll take my men down to the leader's private airfield. They might try to escape from there.
It's a good idea.
That was quick thinking.
How do you feel, Talon?
Much better, but I can't walk yet.
Well, that's all right. Take it easy. You'll stay here until daybreak. Then head for Kane's airport.
How far is it to your hidden city, Colonel Rogers?
Oh, about 1,000 miles. Most of it's Kane's territory.
Yeah. The way it looks to me, it might as well be 1,000,000.
Nah, it's not quite that bad, buddy. We get to Dr. Huey yet.
Yes, Captain Rankin?
Air Marshal Craig sent me down with these reports on the activity in Killer Kane City.
Any news about Colonel Rogers and Buddy?
Not a word. Get the air marshal for me.
Yes, sir.
Never mind. I'll go up and see him.
Oh, Doctor, might I go with you?
Oh, yes, if you like. I should never have let Rogers go on this mission. Much too dangerous.
Necessary, bring in some of the ships from the Outer Atmosphere Patrol. Assign them to cover Kane City. Rogers must be given all possible help.
Nothing new from Rogers.
I'm sorry, Doctor, not a word. It looks bad.
Well, Marshal Craig, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Maybe if we...
Lieutenant Deering, you forget where you are.
Sorry, sir.
Now, it's possible that Rogers has escaped. He may be somewhere in the open country between here and Kane City. I suggest we send out a scout patrol to look for him.
Do so at once, Craig.
Lieutenant Deering.
Yes, sir?
You're a member of the 7th Pursuit, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Order out the squadron. Cover all of the open country between here and Kane City. Flying at a low altitude. I'll have your complete flying order sent to the airport. That is all.
Yes, sir.
She'll find Buck Rogers if anybody can.
That must be the gate to Kane's private airfield. Now, tell him. You sure you feel all right?
Sound as ever.
Good. There must be at least one guard outside that gate. See that chain there? Here's what we're going to do.
The fugitives are wearing our uniforms. Keep your eyes open.
Yes, sir.
Captain Roberts. Halt, Joe.
Nice going, fellas.
Buck, what'll I do with the chain?
Keep it as a souvenir, kid. Now go and throw it away. Let's get to the airport.
Stand where you are. You can't outrun this. I'll take that ray gun.
Come on, let's get to the airport. We get a break, it's empty.
Call out the guard. They're getting away.
But start the pressure. Tell them, dog down those doors.
Captain Roberts speaking. Let me speak to the leader.
Calling the leader. Calling the leader. Calling the leader. This is the leader. What have you to report?
The fugitives have escaped in your patrol ship, sir.
Escaped? In my ship? You blockheads! I'll send every one of you to the robot battalion. Report to the guard captain under arrest.
Yes, sir.
The leader's airport. The spies have escaped in my private patrol ship. Send the squadron after them and shoot them down. Warn all outposts. If they break through to the open country, we'll never get them. And you are the men I made counselors of Earth. I would be better served by this Buck Rogers, who walked through your men as if they were children.
I notice you didn't capture Rogers when he was in this very room.
Krenko, I warn you. Another statement like that and you will go before the firing squad. And so will all of you if you fail me again. Now get out!
Farther to your hidden city, Colonel Rogers?
Oh, about 600 miles.
I wouldn't call old Dr. Hure exactly handsome, but sure would give a lot to see his face right now.
I bet you would, buddy. Talon, I should have returned this treaty to you after I took it from Killer Kane.
I'd forgotten about it in the excitement. Someday you must return to the planet Saturn with me and receive the thanks of my people for preventing the alliance with Kane.
I'd rather you thank me by giving us your planet's support and smashing Killer Kane's armies.
Hey, Buck, here comes a whole squadron at us.
Is it a Kane squadron?
No, it's one of our own from the hidden city.
Calling Lieutenant Deering.
This is Lieutenant Deering. Go ahead, please.
There's a Killer Kane ship approaching beneath us about 6,000. Pull out of formation and bring it down before they can communicate with headquarters.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Buck, one of them's diving at us.
I can. Yes, I can. This is Killer Kane's ship. They think we're an enemy.
It's just below us. Fire a blast into the tail service as I level out.
They're going to shoot us down.
The only thing we can do is set down and let them see who we are.
Going down. First time I ever saw Killer Kane's ship give up so easily.
Rogers and Buddy. We thought you were an enemy ship. I'm so glad that was not a direct hit.
That makes it unanimous, Wilma.
Who is this? One of Killer Kane's men?
I know. He's the best friend we have, Rankin. It's Prince Talon, envoy from the planet Saturn. He's going to help us in our fight against Killer Kane.
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. I didn't understand.
Well, that's an old custom we have here. It's a sign of friendship, like this, Talon. That's right. Wilma, report back to your squadron. Advise your commander what happened. Tell him we'll follow you back to the hidden city in Kane's ship.
All right, Buck, I will.
Good. Okay, Bud, do your duty.
It's funny, Buck, it doesn't work.
Let me see. Better check the rocket tubes. You two wait here.
That's the leadership, all right, Patton. Stand by to dive. Attention all ships. Our target is grounded directly below. Stand by to dive.
It's a good thing Wilma's first shot was right.
Anything wrong, Buck?
The port tube is bent in, won't release the rocket.
Is it serious?
No, I don't think so. Buddy, run in and get me that emergency toolkit. Oh, look. Wilma must have missed us, and she's turning back. No, that's a Kane ship. Duck behind these rocks. Climbing higher for better position.
They're in those rocks just east of the ship. Dive to 500 and bomb them. Attention all ships. Dive to 500 and bomb in formation.
Here they come.
You hurt bad, buddy? No, that's not it. It's just a piece of rock, I guess.
Did we get him? Not that time. One more dive ought to do it.
We don't stand a chance here. Let's get deeper in those rocks before they dive again.
Okay, Patton, let them have it.
Here they come.
You hurt bad, buddy? No, that's not it. It's just a piece of rock, I guess.
Did we get him? Not that time. One more dive ought to do it.
We don't stand a chance here. Let's get deeper in those rocks before they dive again.
I'm worried about Buck.
Oh, he's all right.
But that captured Kane ship was much faster than ours. You should have caught up with us a long time ago.
Hey, maybe that burst of yours crippled them so they couldn't take off.
You may be right. I'll report to the squadron commander. Lieutenant Deering calling the squadron commander.
Squadron commander. Go ahead, Lieutenant Deering.
Colonel Rogers should have caught up with us long before this, sir. I'm afraid his ship may be crippled. I suggest we turn back.
Perhaps you're right, Lieutenant. We'll do so.
Thank you.
Wait, Talon. What's the matter, kid?
One of them's down. One more dive ought to finish them.
I'm all right, Buck. You fellas go ahead and...
Buddy, give me a hand, Talon.
We'd better finish him. We ever want to face Killer Kane again.
Kane Squadron. All ships stand by to dive. Objective, enemy squadron 4,000 below us. Attack in formation B.
It's a hidden city squadron. They're right on us.
Rogers, look. Looks like Wilma's squadron. Let's work back toward our ship.
Give her full throttle and let's get out of here.
Lieutenant Deering, manage your ship and look for Rogers. All of the ships follow me in pursuit.
One of your ships had just landed. Wilma, probably. Hope so. It's Wilma, all right. Here she comes.
Golly, I'm glad you're here. Let's get back to the ship, quick.
Right, Buck. You think he's badly hurt, Buck?
I hope not. We'll have to get him to a hospital.
Colonel Rogers, you'll take Lieutenant Deering's ship. I'll repair yours and follow.
Thank you very much, Captain. Help me, Callan. Be right back, buddy. Ready for the starting rifles?
Right, Buck.
How far are we from Hidden City?
Only a few minutes' flight.
You better call Dr. Huer and tell him about Prince Talon and Buddy. I'm going on back, see if he's all right.
All right. Lieutenant Deering calling Dr. Huer of the Hidden City. Lieutenant Deering calling Dr. Huer of the Hidden City.
Dr. Huer answering. Go ahead, Lieutenant Deering.
I'm approaching the city. We have Prince Talon, an envoy from the planet Saturn, with us.
Envoy from Saturn. I shall be at the Airdome to welcome him in person.
Fine. Will you also have a hospital attendant on hand, please? Buddy Wade is badly injured.
Buddy Wade. I shall tend to all arrangements. Anything else?
No, that is all. Lieutenant Deering calling the air control at Hidden City. Lieutenant Deering calling the air control at Hidden City.
Control officer answering Lieutenant Deering.
I'm approaching the city. Watch the indicator and make ready for landing, please.
Detail advised. Come in, Lieutenant.
See, Talon? What we've been forced to do to escape Kane and his outlaw army?
With the help of my planet Saturn, you will soon see the end of Killer Kane.
Thank you.
We're landing, Buck.
That was a nice landing, Wilma. All right, careful with him, men. Wilma, you look after Buddy while I report to Dr. Hewer.
Yes, I will, Buck.
Colonel Rogers, how's Buddy?
He's been taken care of, sir. Dr. Hewer, this is Prince Talon, envoy from planet Saturn. Dr. Hewer is our scientist general. And Air Marshal Crabbe, our operations chief.
Prince Talon? Prince Talon, you bring new hope to a beleaguered race.
If it had not been for Colonel Rogers, I think your enemy would have tricked me into fighting you instead of helping you. I am authorized to sign this treaty, pledging our support to your cause.
It would be more honest to let you see our people and decide whether we are worthy of your help.
Hello, Wilma.
Hello, Buddy. I'm so glad you're better. For a while, I was a little worried about you.
Shucks, I'm all right. Well, how about Buck and Prince Talon? Did Kane's men get them?
No, they're perfectly safe, but you mustn't excite yourself.
I think you'd better go now, Lieutenant. He's still a pretty sick soldier.
All right, Doctor. Goodbye, Buddy.
Goodbye.
Lieutenant Deering, it would be well to contact the planet Saturn.
Yes, sir.
Advise them that we have signed a treaty with Prince Talon, that they are at war with Killer Kane.
Yes, sir. The Earth calling planet Saturn. The Earth calling planet Saturn.
I assure the leader that the Hidden City Squadron was upon us before we could bomb Rogers and Talon again.
So you allowed Rogers to escape with Talon to the Hidden City?
We could not help ourselves. You see, we were...
Silence! If Talon pledges the aid of Saturn to Dr. Hewer, they will drive us from the face of the earth.
We brought it on ourselves. You should have taken my advice. Quit when we had enough.
Since you are so clever, you shall take a spaceship to Saturn and arrange a treaty with her people before Talon has time to report back.
I refuse. I will not be a tool for your insane ambitions.
I am in command here, Krenko. Take him away to the robot battalion where he can forget his grievances.
You can't send me there, Kane. You can't. I'll head your commission to Saturn. I'll head your commission to Saturn, but don't send me to Robert's Kane. No!
Anything to say it now, Krenko. When this helmet is in place, you'll never think nor speak again.
You can tell Kane that I'll escape. I'll live to see the day that his...
One more dead man in the ranks of the leader's enemies.
I trust no others share the feelings of the late Councilor Krenko. Being a kindly ruler, I shall give you a chance to redeem yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Fly a spaceship to Saturn and arrange the treaty that Krenko refused to try. If you succeed, there is an empty chair at my council table.
The Earth calling the planet Saturn.
I'm afraid it's useless, Doctor. Apparently, our receiving sets are not in tune with your projectors.
In that event, you'll have to return to Saturn by spaceship.
I doubt whether such a trip is possible.
Air controls.
What reports from our Outer Atmosphere Observatory?
Report just received, sir. Killer Kane has doubled all air patrols in that stratum.
A spaceship wouldn't have a chance.
I am not quite so sure about that, Cragg.
Not sure? You know what's happened to all our ships that tried to break through.
Yes, but I've been working on a little experiment that may help us.
What kind of an experiment?
Well, I didn't mean to show it until I had perfected it, but even as it is, it may serve our purpose. Just step over to this window. watch the ship nearest you. Stand well back. I don't want to experiment on you.
Do you know anything about this?
I knew he was working on something, but he wouldn't say what it was.
Now keep an eye on that ship.
I don't see anything strange about it.
What's it supposed to do, Doctor? Blow up or something?
Why, it's disappearing in the thin air.
Oh, don't get in the ray. Might do the same thing to you. Wouldn't harm you very much, but it may take some time to bring you back to visibility.
But I don't see how that'll help, sir. If you've destroyed the ship...
Oh, but I haven't. The ship is still there, but you can't see it. I have discovered a ray which reduces all opaque matter to transparency, perfect as the ether itself. Unfortunately, I can hold it only for a matter of a few minutes. 10 at most.
And the ray won't harm anybody inside the ship?
Not at all.
Well, then the problem's solved. We fly through Kane's blockade in an invisible ship.
And the sooner we start, the better.
Yes.
They'll need a navigator set.
Oh, yes, so they will. You will report to the air control room and make ready for immediate flight.
Yes, sir.
Well, if I have to take you with me, we'd better get to the control room. Doctor?
Have the rockets loaded into a spaceship for immediate takeoff.
Yes, sir. Rocket laboratory. This is the air control office. Have spaceship LZ9 loaded immediately for takeoff. These are retarding rockets. Make sure you put them in the lower racks with the firing end forward.
You'll be pretty much on your own when you reach Saturn.
Run for your lives! Rocket exploding! Rockets exploding! Run for cover!
Rockets discharged. If it reaches the rest of them, it will...
Buck, you'll be killed!
Get back, Colonel! It's a blow up any minute! There's nothing you can do, sir!
Isn't there something we can do to stop him?
He'll be killed. Are you hurt?
I'm all right, Kellen.
I cut the circuit to the main rocket tubes.
Better fire another rocket, Wilma.
I hope we get through Kane's blockade.
All depends on Dr. Hewer, Talon. I'll radio him as soon as we spot any of the Kane ships.
Buck, there they are, right above us.
Dr. Hewer. Dr. Hewer. Buck Rogers calling.
This is Dr. Hewer. Go ahead, Buck.
We've spotted the Kane ships, sir. They're directly above us. Let us, Buck.
The hidden city ship rising, sir. Trying to run our blockade.
Head straight for it. Man the ray guns. Hold your fire until I give the order.
It's working perfectly, Doctor.
Look. It's disappearing into thin air. It's vanished. Attention all patrol ships. The hidden city spaceship has just run our blockade. Spread out. Circle and try to locate it.
All right, Talon?
Yes.
You, Wilma?
Fine, Buck.
Stand by your rocket controls. Here we are back to normal again. Was that a relief?
It's a strange sensation being up here in a ship we couldn't see.
The main thing is we got through Killer Kane's blockade. Now the only thing left between us and Saturn is space. Saturn again.
Buck, look, a Killer Kane ship.
It's just what I was expecting. They beat us here.
Don't worry. I'll straighten all that out when I talk to this attorney and counsel.
There doesn't seem to be anybody around that spaceship. If we could cripple it, we'd be sure that Killer Kane's men couldn't make a getaway.
It's risky, Colonel Rogers, but let's try it.
Looks like they've spotted our ship.
I hope they have.
We may try to disable it.
That's just what I want them to do. Keep your eyes on these robots. I don't want Rogers to find them.
There's not a soul in sight. You two keep me covered.
Talon, check those controls. I want to drop those rockets. We got them right where we want them.
They're locked, Colonel Rogers.
I tell you what you do. Run over to our ship and get a wrench.
We're trapped. The door is locked.
It's locked, all right. I should have suspected something like this.
Hit the floor, quick. It's poison gas.
Keep your mouth and nose covered.
I can't.
That ought to take care of them.
Talon, check those controls. I want to drop those rockets. We got them right where we want them.
They're locked, Colonel Rogers.
I tell you what you do. Run over to our ship and get a wrench.
We're trapped. The door is locked.
It's locked, all right. I should have suspected something like this.
Hit the floor, quick. It's poison gas.
Keep your mouth and nose covered.
I can't.
That ought to take care of them.
Don't turn that gas off yet.
They haven't had enough to finish them.
We don't dare finish them. The Saturnians learn the fate of their Prince Talon, you know what'll happen.
What are you going to do? Clear the gas out of there and get orders from our leader on the planet Earth.
That's probably wiser.
Wait. Want that gas to paralyze you too? Keep breathing that antidote till the gas gets out of the ship. Captain Laska on Saturn calling the leader. Captain Laska on Saturn calling the leader.
Outer Space Radio Control. Outer Space Radio Control. Captain Laska calling the leader.
This is the leader.
This is Captain Laska reporting from Saturn.
Never mind all that. Have you the treaty with the Saturnian Council?
The Saturnians refused to ratify until they'd heard directly from Prince Talon.
Then you failed.
Oh, no, sir. I have Prince Talon as my prisoner here on the spaceship with Buck Rogers and Lieutenant Deering of the Hidden City.
I shall reward you for this, Captain Laska. Talon must never reach the Saturnian Council.
Does the leader mean that I'm to put my prisoners out of the way?
No, Laska. I have a better purpose in mind. Do you have the 2 robot oilers with you?
Yes, sir.
Then listen carefully. Inside each helmet is a filament which induces their hypnotic condition. Remove that filament from one of the helmets
I thought I told you to watch those robots.
Well, they're just over here where we left them.
Get rid of them. All right, you can bring him out of it now.
What have you done with Buck Rogers and Lieutenant Deering?
We haven't done anything with them. Yet. Keep it. You'll need it to bring Rogers and the girl out of that gas. But don't do it until after I brought Talon before the council.
You will take me before the council, knowing what I shall tell them about you and Killer Kane, your leader?
You'll tell them exactly what I want you to tell them.
That's from one of Killer Kane's amnesia helmets.
Right. I'll start forgetting everything but what I want you to say.
When the council hears what you've done...
You can untie him now. Come along, Prince Talon.
Where's Prince Talon? What have you done with him?
You needn't worry about Talon. He'll be of no further use to you.
you suppose Talon escaped?
I hope so, but I doubt it.
Listen, Buck.
Somebody trying to get us on the space radio.
I think we'd better answer that call.
Oh, but I don't know how to...
Come on.
Hey, wait a minute.
That's your friend, Dr. Hewer. You say just what I tell you to say.
Dr. Hewer of the Hidden City on Earth calling Colonel Rogers. Dr. Hewer of the Hidden City on Earth calling Colonel Rogers.
All right, answer his call.
Yes, Dr. Hewer. This is Lieutenant Deering.
Oh, yes, Wilma. Then you're safe. Let me speak with Colonel Rogers.
Rogers left here with Prince Talon.
He left here with Prince Talon, Doctor.
Hello, Wilma. This is Buddy. Tell Buck I'm all right. I'm out of the hospital already.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Buddy. Tell Dr. Hewer that...
This is Dr. Hewer again. What about the treaty with Saturn?
Tell him it's being signed right now.
They're signing it now, Doctor.
Then tell Rogers to radio me as soon as he returns to the ship.
Very well, Dr. Hewer, I will.
All right. You can go back to Rogers now.
Doctor, that was good news about the treaty, wasn't it?
Yes, it is, Buddy. The support of the people of Saturn means the salvation of the Hidden City.
All right, up against the wall.
Quick, get the key.
Look out, Buck. Two more of them are coming.
Hurry, Wilma.
Let's get after them. If we can get to higher ground, I may be able to stop them. Come on. It's one of Kane's robots. Come on.
The galley's throwing another.
Looks like we're caught between two fires. Look, I've got it. You stay here, Wilma. If I can keep that robot throwing rocks at it, it may hit some of them down there. Stay back here. I have to stop that robot or he's going to kill us both. It worked, Wilma. One of them's down. We'll try it this way.
Buck, what are we going to do with them?
We're going to lock him in the spaceship. Get out.
Saturnians don't look like... What did Talon say they were?
Zubs. They're harmless unless acting under orders.
You were Earth people. How did you get here on Saturn?
We came here with Prince Talon. There was an accident.
An accident? Prince Talon passed here but a short time ago with another Earthman.
Would you take us to him at once, please? It's very important.
I'll do what I can. You will wait, please.
It's an amazing tale you bring us, Prince Talon. But from your strange and apathetic appearance, I can realize how terrible must have been the ordeal. What is it, Lieutenant?
2 Earth people desire admission, sir. They claim to have come to Saturn with Prince Talon.
2 Earth people, you say?
Yes, one of them is a woman.
Shall they be admitted, Captain Lasker? Are they of your party?
They are not of our party, but I suggest you admit them under guard. Remember, they are your enemies.
Admit them. They are my enemies.
You have heard Prince Talon. Admit the Earth people.
You may enter, but you must leave your weapons here. Only the guards are permitted to enter the forum armed.
Certainly.
Seize them.
Wait a minute. What's this all about? We're members of Prince Talon's commission. Go on, tell them, Talon.
Tell them the truth, Prince Talon. Repeat what you just told the council.
They are my enemies.
What is it, Buck? He looks right through us as if he doesn't even see us.
Some trick of Lasker's. He's under some sort of...
Prince Talon, are you ready to prefer charges against these Earth people?
Tell them what you told me on the way to this forum.
I was sent to the Earth to pledge our support to Leader Kane in his war against revolutionaries, outlaw residents of a hidden city. This man captured me and forced me to promise our support to his outlaws. My only chance to return to Saturn was to pretend to agree to his proposal.
That's not true. I tell you, he's under some sort of hypnotic spell. Talon, what's the matter with you? Don't you even recognize me?
Let me have the pleasure of handling this. Turn and face the council, and hear judgment passed on you for your crimes against Prince Talon.
Stand where you are. Wilma, get back to the sliding panel.
Seize them.
I wouldn't try that if I were you. I'd try to stop us from getting out of the forum. Do you have any regard for your Prince Talon?
After them, all of you.
Wilma, bring up a car, quick.
Sound the alarm. They must not escape.
What are you going to do?
Melt the switch contact so they can't cut off the power.
Stop that car. Shut off the power.
I can't. They've melted the terminals.
Glad that guard didn't call my bluff.
Our bluff? I don't understand, Buck.
You don't think I would have shot our friend Talon, do you?
Our friend? After all the lies he told the council about us?
He was only acting under orders from Lasker. Why, I can't imagine. Maybe we can find out if we can get him out of here safely.
Is there no other way to cut off their escape?
Only by closing the safety gate at the other end. But that would mean they're dead.
Close the gate.
You forget that Prince Talon's in that car.
Close that gate.
You have no right to give orders here. Get away from that switch. Stand back, hold it.
Doc, look, the tunnel's blocked.
Pull the reverse lever quickly.
I can't.
Have to switch contacts or they can't cut off the power.
Stop that car. Shut off the power.
I can't. They're middle of the terminals.
Glad that guard didn't call my bluff.
Our bluff. I don't understand, Doc.
Don't think I would have shot our friend Talon, do you?
A friend? After all the lies he told the council about us?
He was only acting under orders from Lasker. Why, I can't imagine. Maybe we can find out if we can get him out of here safely.
Is there no other way to cut off their escape? Only by closing the safety gate at the other end. But that would mean they're dead.
Close the gate.
You forget that Prince Talon's in that car.
Close that gate.
You have no right to give orders here. Get away from that switch.
Doc, look, the tunnel's blocked.
Pull the reverse lever quickly.
I can't.
Stand back, hold it. Open the escape gate, quick.
You badly hurt, Wilma?
I don't think so. I think it was really more fright than anything else that made me faint.
I'm gonna get Talon out into the air.
Imprison this man till the council decide what sentence to impose for attempting the life of Prince Talon. Prepare those terminals. Call up the Zogs for wrecking car detail.
He doesn't seem to be. He's not unconscious. Still has that same vacant stare he had in the council room.
Oh, it's you, Rogers. What happened? How did we get here in the tunnel?
You had a sentence to death by your counsel, using you as a shield and making an escape in this bullet car when it was wrecked.
I had you sentenced to death?
Yes, don't you remember?
Prince Talon, with your permission, we'll take charge of the prisoners.
These Earth people are not prisoners. They are my best friends.
I'm sure your highness must be suffering from shock. You had them condemned to death, and I must return them as prisoners to the council.
I can explain this. Alaska took this from one of the amnesia helmets and put it in mine.
And that's it? That's Kane's way of destroying the minds of his captives, forcing them to obey his commands. You can prove it by trying it on yourself.
No. We're satisfied, and I'm sure the council will be happy to know the Earthman has not broken faith with you.
Clear the wreckage. Then we'll return to the farm and tell them the truth about Kane's Lieutenant Laska.
Just a minute. Will you need all your men for this work?
No, why?
I have 3 of Kane's men prisoners in their spaceship. I'd like to turn them over to your guards.
By all means. Have 4 of your men accompany Colonel Rogers and obey him as they would obey me.
What happened?
Buck Rogers.
Who's that robot Orland?
I'm sorry, Laska, but we had to kill him.
Here comes Buck Rogers with a squad of Saturnians. Fire the starting rockets.
Something's gone wrong. They're taking off. We'll follow them in my spaceship. Careful, that's the starting lever. Get out!
Have they done any serious harm, Colonel Rogers?
Probably not. They've dumped the starting rockets, and it'll take a half an hour to reload them. We'll never catch that Kane ship now.
Perhaps it's just as well. They're headed back for Earth anyway.
We're at 3/4 speed now, Alaska. Let me know when you want it full. You're not on the course for Earth.
And I'm not going to Earth.
You're going back to Saturn?
You don't want to go back to Earth and tell Killer Kane that Buck Rogers beat us again, do you?
I'll start the retarding rockets.
Not yet. We'll cruise around a while before we land. Better take Roberts and have a look around for possible night patrols.
All right. Come on, Roberts.
You come with me, Scott.
We have assembled to right a grievous wrong done to Buck Rogers of the planet Earth. Prince Talon has told us why he believes that we, the people of Saturn, should ally ourselves with the people of Hidden City, rather than the outlaws of Killer Kane. How do you feel about the matter?
Hand me the treaty.
Prince Talon, you have earned the right to present this treaty to your friend. Ask him.
Pledge of the planet Saturn to support you in your war against Killer Kane's outlaw armies.
Thank you, Talon. And now, sir, with your permission, I'll call the scientist general on Earth. Tell him the news.
You mean you can actually talk to the Earth from the planet Saturn?
Yes, sir. That's why I had the radio brought here from the ship. Colonel Rogers calling the scientist general on Earth.